Rolling Stone is not known for being the best news publication out there. For all the criticisms that some institutions and some legacy media outlets might receive, folks, we're here to tell you Rolling Stone deserves all of it. They are, well, in our estimation, bad. They are bad to the bone and in no way worth listening to, as opposed to the song Bad to the Bone, which is worth listening to. And Rolling Stone, they put out a negative review of The Acolyte, perhaps a momentary escape of truth from their publication, and just as quickly as it went out, they pulled it back. Wonder why? We'll tell you what's going on behind the scenes right now. Hello, folks. Welcome to the place where we'll tell the truth because we care not if Disney takes away the cupcakes. We just keep doing what we do. We believe that truth is on our side and that truth is winning indeed. And when it comes to The Acolyte, taking a look at the most recent audience scores, it seems that you all agree. We are on the mainstream majority, the sensible center, and thus we will continue on our straight and narrow but widening path. Folks, we're here to tell you Rolling Stone put out a review that was negative of The Acolyte before The Acolyte was released. And just as quickly as it had hit the publication, hit the webs, they took it back again. Not allowed to criticize the mouse. No, don't do that. Rather get sued by lacrosse players, apparently. All right, folks, let's dive into the conversation. You are going to love this one. Here we go.
This is so funny to me. Gary over there at Nerdrotic posted this just here to chronicle the demise, this screen cap from Rolling Stone. It's a good thing it was a screen cap, by the way. The Acolyte, this Star Wars prequel series, isn't a force to be reckoned with. Yikes. And it's bad enough that, as you can see right here, okay, even a veteran Jedi Master would lose patience with the latest Disney Plus addition to the canon, which focuses on a pair of twins' revenge, and that's I believe in some cultures these Z's represent the desire to sleep, perhaps boredom. But what do I know? I'm just a caveman. By Alan Sepinwall. So what's interesting here is not long after. By the way, this is Marvin the Movie Monster, a good friend of the channel, pointing out that this review got taken down for some reason. Here.
Ooh, I can't.
Rolling Stone,
a bad review before release gets taken down. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and I'm not.
And exactly so subtly sure. Too, with that crispy, clear lettering. God. Does that call attention to it or what?
We did go and look, and we found a copy of the article, but it has now since been restored, and now here it is in all its glory. This by Alan Sepinwall. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but here you are. Sorry if we've done that incorrectly. This one, the Jedi barely appear in the original Star Wars trilogy. Obi-Wan and Yoda are both hermits, hiding from their own failures in distant corners of the galaxy, and both die after teaching Luke Skywalker a bit about the Force. Luke himself never technically completes his training, though he gets close enough to be considered a Jedi Master in later films, much later films, unfortunately. So the Jedi exist more as an exciting symbol in those early films. By the way, a exciting film right there. It should have been an Rolling Stone. I don't know. You're a new outlet, so maybe you don't have.
Maybe that's why they took the entire thing down for 4 or 5 hours. Maybe
yeah.
That one typo.
How could a group of people so wise and so powerful have just ceased to exist? The solution to that mystery, unfortunately, robbed the Jedi of most of the mystique that Obi-Wan and Yoda gave them in the early movies. It turns out that the Jedi got wiped out because they were soft, self-congratulatory, and far too hung up on rules that did more harm than good. If Mace Windu just told young Anakin that he was allowed to go kiss Padme for Pete's sake, the Empire never would have been created. Oh my. This guy's apparently a Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Rebels fan. But this guy from Rolling Stone here, Rolling Stone is usually carrying water for a company like Disney when they do something in the holy month of June, as we sometimes like to refer to it. You would assume that something like this would be right up their alley. But now, well, they seem to be rather unkind. Bro, have you gotten to read through this yet?
I have not, but here's the deal. If you've lost Rolling Stone, you've lost it all. This is why we're calling it the worst 2 weeks that Disney has had in a very long time, is because on one side, you've got Tiana's, which is like a 99% dislike. And here you've got The Acolyte, And you've got people who are not bomb throwers like Alan Ng saying that this will destroy Star Wars. He's watched it. He's seen it up through episode 4. He says in episode 3, something's going to happen that's so bad that it's going to destroy Star Wars. A separate source has told us that they're going to make the Force entirely female. Like literally the Force will be female. The meme will be made true. And you've got Rolling Stone here. You know, if the left is gone, if the left has left Lucasfilm, there's nothing left for Kathleen Kennedy to rule over except for, I guess, budgets that she doesn't deserve.
I have to read this. This is something where Disney and Rolling Stone value diversity, but this guy Lee Jung-jae, who was in Squid Game. Okay, I'm not going to lie to everybody and say that I was a Lee Jung-jae fan before Squid Game. I'm not necessarily a fan of him. I thought he did a good job in the series. I was forced to watch it. Lee Jung-jae, the Emmy-winning star of Squid Game, isn't fluent in English, and as a result, his line readings can be halting at times. Yeah, I think we see some of that in the trailer, but he otherwise brings a necessary gravitas and warmth and regret as Soul. His relationship with Asha is best and most fully realized part of the Acolyte. Stenberg, Headland, and their collaborators regrettably struggle to differentiate Asha and Maeve from one another, even when they're wearing different clothes and pursuing different agendas. It's even
like
worse
the Ninja Turtles, the first season where they couldn't keep the headband colors the correct thing. Wait, who's Leonardo? Who's Michelangelo? I don't know.
It's even worse in the third episode, a listless flashback where the two girls, played by Leah and Lauren Brady, are styled identically. Most pieces are uneven, if not simply underwhelming. This was supposed to be the thing that comes in and shows what Kathleen Kennedy does when she is allowed to make the things that she wants to make at Lucasfilm. She's supposed to be the one who comes in and says, you know what, Leslie, you've made a Star Wars show. And this is a direct quote. We want you to make this a Leslie Headland show. If they can't get Rolling Stone to give them a pat on the back for this series, they got problems here. This is going to be...
I have a question. If the Force is female, does that mean that Obi-Wan was cross-dressing?
Yes, absolutely.
Doesn't it?
They would love that. Guys, I've got good news. No matter what, it can't be worse than Ahsoka.
Oh, don't say that.
I don't know that that's true. I mean, Ahsoka was at least just boring at times, or would have been better if it was animated. And we could forgive it of some of the cartoonishness.
You've just said what is in the ancient language of the Jedi the equivalent of "hold my beer."
I would rather ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure with my eyes scotch taped open 5 times than watch Ahsoka again for 5 minutes. I thoroughly despised everything about it.
I don't mind Ahsoka. I mean, it's a noise machine. It's something to lull you to sleep. It's not exciting. It's rather boring.
I'll take Montavani, thank you.
If you have given me an epiphany, Jonas. I was watching Ahsoka the wrong way. I thought it was intended for entertainment. If instead it was meant to put me to sleep at night, then I misunderstood. I'm sorry. I would hate to do what do they call it? ASMR. I would hate to do one of these YouTube channels where you're supposed to be lulled to sleep and have thought that was hard rock. So maybe I misjudged Ahsoka that way.
It's a product to be consumed in the background. But you know what? The problem is, of course, if Disney is competing in that space, then they're competing with someone like us with a channel where we talk about what's going on in the world. And I know there's lots of people that when they watch these videos, they turn them on and they listen to us while they are working. If that is the arena that Disney is competing in, well, then I don't know that we personally got more views than than Ahsoka, but I think we were more entertaining.
We made more money than Ahsoka. Jonas, could you tell the audience one more time your opinion on Ahsoka? Just one more time. Some people did a spit take there, and they need to hear it one more time.
Ahsoka is something meant to be put on in the background and is simply product to be consumed rather than to be enjoyed. The money would have been better spent as animation, where the thresholds for entertainment value are lower and more forgiving. And they wasted a bunch of money on a vanity project that could have been better served by $50 million and an animation budget rather than pulling in all these actors and trying to pretend like they had a story to tell. They had no story to tell.
If I can make something that unifies our entire day here, you've got it wrong. Ahsoka is a old-time carnival theme park term for a ride that gets you wet, and therefore either a splash pad based on a Polynesian princess or a flume ride based on God knows what. That's Ahsoka.
We're still figuring that one out.
Anyway, and I have to say something. I love you two guys, and I am so honored to be amongst you. And I am so impressed with all of your talent and all of your skill and all of your knowledge. But you know what I got over both of you?
What's that?
There is no show that I have to watch so somebody else doesn't, and I won't.
That is true, Lou. I will be forced to watch so that I can know what I'm talking about when I discuss.
Do you think that Culture decided to arrange his voyage so that he wouldn't have to?
Probably. I mean, if I were Culture, that's what I would be doing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of every age background, we have come to the end. We apologize, but we will win yet again when we bring you more content 3 times daily right here on the Pro Channel. Remember, if you want even more stuff, though, you can become a member. Click the join button. For the price of a soda, you can get exclusive content right here on the Pro Channel. Folks, like, share, subscribe, click, stick to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. And drop a comment down below because we want to know what's on your mind. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.